If you still can't do a pull-up, this video is for you. So I've been posting a ton about pull-ups lately, right? They're one of my favorite exercises of all time, which has been getting some questions of, well, Bailey, I can't do a pull-up. What do you recommend? So here I am. I made a little program to help you with that. So let's kind of go over it. So it's going to be called, eventually I'm going to put this all into a nice clean document. So if you can't see it as well, or you can't read my chicken scratch, I promise I'll have it in a nice clean format. And I will also do another video on it kind of showing everything. But this is a kind of a breakdown of what it's going to be. So every workout you're going to do, if it's a non-back day, you're going to do lat pull down 4 sets of 8 to 12 reps. Every workout. So if you lift 4 days a week, you're going to be doing this every workout. You're like, well, Bailey, overtraining. Listen, dog, if you can't do a pull-up and you're worried about overtraining from 4 sets of a lat pull down, you're going to stay weak forever. So lose that mindset right away. And 2, this is also going to help build up your upper back, which is also going to transition over to your bench, squat, and deadlift if you do the big 3. And it's also just going to help build up a bigger back that's going to make you look bigger. And more importantly, it's going to help prevent injuries. So having a big upper back, you can never row enough. In fact, something I do with all my clients that want to improve their bench press or their squats is I have them do either a lat pull down or seated row, this exact protocol. So you're not going to overtrain, okay? And you don't have to go super heavy. Typically what I do is like the first 2 sets are going to be a little bit lighter, right? We don't want too light, but say you might do, I don't know, if like for me example, I might do like 70 pounds, 120 pounds, 160, and then like 180 or something, right? So I am pushing myself, but I'm not like going too crazy, okay? At the end of the day, the whole purpose of this is just to get blood flow into the upper back. And for doing pull-ups, we're practicing that pull-down movement, okay? So if you're doing back day, you're going to start with these phases, which I'm about to go over. If it's a back day, let me rephrase that. If it's a back day, you're going to do these first. If it's any other day, you're going to start the workout with this. I fucked that up again. You're going to finish with this on back days. So finish with lat pull down after you do all your back work. But any other workout, so chest, arms, whatever, you're always going to start with this, okay, to start practicing the movement of pulling down and getting you ready for that first pull-up. So these are stages, okay? This doesn't mean do these all in one workout. No. Basically what this means is you need to master each stage before you move on to the next one. So the first thing we're going to do, dead hangs, okay? That's just holding from a pull-up bar. If you can't even hold your body weight, you're not going to be able to do a pull-up, okay? So we got to master that first. We got to build up the strength to hold ourselves. So you're going to aim for 30 to 60 seconds. If you do it the first time, let's say you get 22, okay? And the next time you come back to this, you're going to try to hit 30. And I would say, as long as you're in this range, you're good to move on, but I would try to aim for the top end of 60 seconds. If you can hold your body weight for 60 seconds, that's pretty good that's a good spot to move on to the next phase of the program, okay? So cool, we knocked out dead hangs, we got there. 2, now we're gonna do an inverted row, and we need to get to at least 10 reps. An inverted row is basically you set up a squat rack and a barbell, just an empty barbell. You might put some 45s on to have some support, but then basically you're gonna elevate your feet, and then you're gonna pull yourself up like this, okay? So it's kind of like a pull-up, but it's gonna be a little bit easier because we're using some leverages and physics to help us with it. Okay, again, in the video, I'll kind of break down exactly what it is. If you don't know what it is right now, just do a quick YouTube search. But again, it's just, all you're doing is you're laying on your back, you're grabbing the bar like this, you're elevating your feet, and you're pulling yourself up, okay? So again, we're mastering that body weight pulling movement, okay, to get us ready for pull-up. Once we master that, right, we get 10 reps. We're gonna go on to eccentric pull-ups for as slow as possible for 5 to 6 reps. 5 to 6 reps. So eccentric means the lowering of the weight, okay? So on a bench press, that's the lowering of the weight. On a curl, that's the lowering right here, right? So on a pull-up, it's gonna be, right, we're at the top, and we're lowering, okay? So what we're gonna do is, you're gonna stand like on a box or a chair, and you're just gonna hop up on the pull-up bar, and you're gonna fight that resistance, right? Gravity's gonna be pulling you down. You're going to fight that the entire way down for as long as possible, ideally trying to get 4 to 6 seconds of each rep. So you're gonna hop up on there, 4 to 6 seconds, hit the ground, get back on that box, hop back up, do it again. So you're gonna do a set of 5 to 6 reps for 4 to 6 seconds, okay? So again, if you take that 5 times 4, it's about 20 seconds. 6 times 6, it's about 36 seconds. But now we're using our body weight and we're starting to practice the movement of getting in control of our body by going down. Okay, focusing on the eccentric, which is part of the pull-up. Okay. Once we master that phase, we are now going to go to machine assisted. If you don't have a machine assisted, don't freak out, okay? Just go to a band assisted. Just go to step 5 here, which is band assisted, okay? But if you do have a machine assisted, we're going to focus on 6 rep sets. Obviously, the more stack plates we use in a machine assisted machine, I guess, it's going to be easier. So if we use the full like 300-pound stack, that's going to be super easy. So, but if you need to start there, cool. You do 300 pounds for 6 reps, cool. Go down to like 270 and get to 6 reps. Keep going up until we hit true failure. And let's say you end up at 180. All right, that's like, I don't know, 6, 7, 8, 9 plates or whatever that is. And you get 4 reps, cool. That's where you left off, right? Right down. Next time you come back, the next week, you do this, you're going to try to get 6 reps. And once you hit 6, you're going to move down. You're going to keep doing this until you get to about 15 to 60 pounds, right? Which is only like 1 to 3 stacks left, okay? Again, the more stacks we remove, the closer we're getting to more true actual body weight pull-up, all right? Once we master that, then we're going to go to band assisted, okay? Same concept. If you don't have a machine, this says light band, assuming you have a machine, but if you don't have that, you can get like a heavy and a medium and a light resistance band and do the same concept. Start with the heavy resistance band, which is going to give you more bounce out of the hole, which is going to make it easier. So once we can get 6 reps with that heavy band, we go to a medium band, try to get 6 reps. And then once we get to this light band, try to get to 6 reps, okay? That's only going to offer probably about 20 to 40 pounds in like basically a little spring out of the bottom of the hole, okay? So again, that's going to get us closer to that body weight. So once we master that, okay? And also real quick too, each phase might take, this whole program might take someone 4 weeks. It might take you 6 months. At the end of the day, what we're doing is, it's just like we're doing, trying to get stronger on bench, squat, deadlift, or anything. It's progressive overload and getting stronger, okay? And that's all this is doing. It's getting us to master our body weight and get stronger so we can do a pull-up, okay? So this might take you 1 week. This might take you 4 weeks. This might take you 4 weeks, or it might take 1. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Don't stress the time, okay? It's gonna take everyone a different amount of time. So focus on mastering each phase before we go on to the next one, okay? So after the band assisted part, we are now going to go to a bodyweight chin-up. So a chin-up is with your palms facing you, okay? That's going to be more bicep. You're going to get a little bit more bicep help, okay? Chin-ups are far easier than pull-ups. Pull-ups are overhand grip, okay? So we're going to start with a chin-up. You get 1 rep, boom, okay? That's a big stage. You can move up to like try to get 5 chin-ups, but I would say no. If you can get 1 bodyweight chin-up, we're right there from pull-up, okay? So now what we're going to do is, final stage, bodyweight pull-up, which is an overhand grip, right? This is what we've been working for. This might take you some time. And if you can't get it, don't just keep trying to get it. Let me rephrase that. Keep trying, but if you can't do it, you might have to add in some of these again as accessory work to help you get it. But over time, you follow this to a T, I promise you, you're going to get to a point where you can do a pull-up. Once you get to 1 pull-up, you're going to be like, fuck, that's easy. And you're going to be so pumped, and then you're going to be able to do 2, 3, 4, 5 pull-ups in like no time. And it's just going to snowball from there. So then eventually it's going to be, well, bodyweight pull-ups are too easy now. Okay? Once you get to 10 reps on bodyweight, then we can go to weighted pull-ups. We can get a weighted belt, hold a dumbbell in between our legs, and start making it really challenging. Right? So this is kind of like a 9-phase program to work on it. Some other pull-up tips I want to say is daily. If you can do these daily, once you get to the point where you can start doing them once, twice, you can literally do pull-ups every day. Every day in my house, I have a pull-up bar. The first thing I do when I wake up is I go over and do dead hangs to kind of decompress my spine. And I also just knock out like 10 pull-ups every single day. You know what I mean? And I built a pretty damn good back doing pull-ups. I've been doing pull-ups since I was a kid. And I'm going to do pull-ups until the day I die. There's nothing wrong with it. They act as great warm-ups. They act as great finishers. They're good for building back density, thickness, and width if you focus on the squeeze. Another thing, thumbless. So don't grip the bar with your thumb. If you hold it like this, take away that thumb, what that does is it kind of, like for me at least, it allows you to activate your lats a little bit better. which is very important for a pull-up because that's mainly what it is your lats. So that might give you a little bit more lat activation to give you that hump to get over that bar. And the other thing is don't necessarily think of it as a pull-up. Think of it as more you're trying to pull your chest to the bar. So I'm just trying to get my chest to the bar, and that's naturally going to cause you to get your chin above the bar to get what's classified as a pull-up. Okay? So, again, just kind of recap. The biggest thing is make sure you're doing your lat pull-downs. Don't skip these. So, let's say, and again, you could run this once or twice a week or just weekly. Personally, what I would do, if you're serious about doing your pull-up for the first time, I would do this program twice a week. So, and space them out about 3 to 4 days. Give yourself a good amount of recovery in between. So, it could be something like Tuesday, Saturday, Wednesday, Sunday, or something, etc. And just focus on mastering each phase one at a time, okay? You do that, I promise you, you're going to be able to get your pull-up. If you have questions, let me know.